Hi, good to see you again. Friends, I presume that you must have watched my earlier lecture on basic ethics in science research. And in that presentation, we discussed about the devotion, precision, accuracy, how to upkeep your laboratory and other conditions like commitment to your supervisor, devotion to your work, and all that. I hope you must have understood that. And as far as I remember, we were talking about the publication problem. And I told you that publication of your research is not a easy problem. It is not that easy as you think. Writing a report, writing a research paper is an art. Only few people know how to write a research paper. Only few supervisors tell their students that, dear, how you are going to write a research paper. So, writing a research paper remains a problem. Why? Number one, language is a problem. Number two, flow is a problem. Number three, the results are a problem. You are in a hurry and you want to publish. We were talking something like publish or perish. So you don't want to be perished, you want to publish. And in that craze for publication, you are in so hurry that having few observations, a couple of observations, you want to publish that. Nobody is going to publish that report. Today, in this field of research publication, there is very strong competition. There are many good journals, but they need very good work. There are many bad journals, they publish whatever you give them, but they charge hefty amount of money. We call them as predatory journals. They are predatory journals having no use. A few years back, there was a report in Current Science, and that scientist from Department of Science and Technology, he compared the number of publications coming out from different Indian universities, and he found that there are few universities who are publishing much higher number of papers than Indian Institute of Sciences Bangalore or IIT Kharagpur or IIT Delhi. I would not like to name those universities, but when he compared the scientific value of those publications in comparison to other publications, it was very low. So remember, you have done very hard work for 4 years. And if you are going to publish your paper in a predatory journal having no ICCN number, or even if it has got ICCN number, it is not covered by the different citation agencies like Indian Scientific Institute, International Scientific Institute, like PubMed, like Google, like Scopus, like ResearchGate. There are many, Publons, ORCID. There are many agencies now that cover you. You publish a line and that line will be covered by them, provided you have published that in a very good journal. So be careful, because your work is important. Don't try to write a very lengthy paper, say 20 pages or 50 pages. Even one page of research can earn you Nobel Prize. Remember it. One page of your research paper can earn you Nobel Prize. You need not to be so elaborative, you need not to be so exhaustive. So these are some of the tips which you should consider while writing your work, putting that into black and white, and allowing the whole entire globe to know about your research. You have done something, you want that the people should know about your research. Say they will know about your research only when you will be able to publish in a very good journal. Remember, there are now phenomena like plagiarism, cheating. It's a sort of cheating. When I was a research student, I never knew about this word plagiarism, but it came into a popular. It became popular during last decade only, when people were found to cheat. People were found to copy the work of the other people. Right? It may happen in the same lab. I know a very good scientist who was very well known in his area of research, but he cheated his own colleague. He copied the work of his own colleague, and the colleague reported the matter, and then he was punished. So, plagiarism. Nowadays, we have got some softwares, and your paper will undergo through screening through that software, and that software will tell you, the editor of the journal or the editorial board member of the journal, that this person or this scientist or this student has taken this work from so and so. So you will be blacklisted for always. You will not be able to publish any research paper in that very particular journal who has blacklisted you under this mechanism of plagiarism. So you should be very much careful about this. Right? The plagiarism software are available free of cost. You can download in your laptop, and when you have finished writing the paper, allow it to be screened by that software. And before submitting to that journal, you will be able to know that you have not cheated, you have not copied, it is your original research paper. Original research paper. There are different types of research papers. One is called as original research papers, another one is called as review article, third one is called as overview, fourth one is called as letter to editor. So different journals, they have got different schemes. They title these type of papers under different schemes. But generally there are two types of papers. One is the original research article, and the other one is the review research paper. So one, you should be very careful about plagiarism. These things are never discussed by the supervisor with the students. A supervisor should discuss these things with the students, so that they don't feel cheated at all. The next thing that you should know is that there are something like copyright. You might have been taught somewhere in your MPhil or in your PhD class, preparation class, there is something like intellectual property right, there is something like copyright, and there is something like patent. When you publish a paper in a journal, the copyright is transferred to the journal. Right? Now it is the property of the journal. In case, suppose you got a Nobel Prize on the paper which was published in that journal, the copyright will be that of the journal. So you must understand all these delicacies, that there is something like copyright transfer. When you submit a paper, the editor wants to know, or the press wants to know, whether you are ready to transfer the copyright to the press. From, if it is accepted for publication, all the earnings, the royalty, the prizes, the award money, everything, that will go to the press. That will not come to you. Right? There are some journals who very proudly say that this person, this scientist who contributed to our journal was awarded Nobel Prize. So you can imagine now, the reputation of the journal goes very high. Oh, that journal publishes the research articles coming from the laboratories of Nobel laureates. So you should be very much careful, and you should know all these things. You can, if your paper have been published in a good journal, you can get it patented. Even without publishing it, you can get it patented. Patenting is easy. Try to understand. One is patenting, another one is publication. So try to be cautious, try to be intelligent enough that the work you have done should be published in a relevant journal, should be published in a good journal, That journal should have a good academic standing. That journal should have a good impact factor. You should understand what impact factor is. You should understand what H index is. You should understand what I-10 index is. Right? These are all citation matrices. They deal with the citation. They are called as citation matrices. So they deal with the quality of the work. Right? If you publish in Nature, which is published from England, the impact factor is above 40. If you publish in some Indian journal, the impact factor may be 0 point something something. So, see, look the difference. That it will improve your citation. So you should be very careful about it. The type of journal and then next thing is falsification of data. You should not cheat. You should keep the raw data with you, and you should not cheat. You should not fabricate the data. The next thing is speculations, drawing the far-fetched conclusions. तो थोड़ा सा काम किया, 3-4 साल 5 साल हुए, आपको लगा अरे तो बहुत बड़ा साइंटिस्ट हो गया, तुमने लगे तुम जो है वो बड़े बड़े बोल्ड कंक्लूजन्स ड्रॉ करने लग गए और बड़े बड़े बोल्ड स्टेटमेंट्स देने लग गए, बड़े बड़े बातें करने लग गए. नहीं, ये नहीं करना है. Don't draw these conclusions. You see, you should be very humble. You should be very polite. You should be very humane. You should not do all these things. It is not expected from a research scientist to draw far-fetched conclusions with hard data and for early publicity. You should not do that. The next thing is the authorship. अब आपने काम किया, you have done the work, and your supervisor guided you. So there should be 2 authors. If there is a friend of yours and who has been helping you in your experiments, he can be the 3rd author, right? But you find papers coming out from very good laboratories having 10 authors, having sometimes 20 authors. So every author is being given a duty, and the journal will ask you who amongst you performed what function. You try to understand my point? Who performed the experiment? Who write the results? Who typed the paper? Right? Who took the photographs? Who performed the statistical calculations? Who prepared the bibliographic analysis? All these, it is a teamwork, no doubt. But in that teamwork, you will have to set the priority. That if it is your project, if it is the project for your PhD degree, the first author should be you, or the first author should be your supervisor. So you should be very careful in finding out the authorship of the research paper. There are some mechanisms by which there are certain people who just oblige people by making them gift authors. ये नया टर्म है, गिफ्ट ऑथर. उन्होंने कुछ नहीं किया. He has contributed nothing in your project, he has contributed nothing in your experiment or in your work. But some fine day you find that his name is there and you put his name. It is wrong. Don't give the credit of your work even to your near and dear, even to your dearest friend. No, it is cheating. जिसने काम नहीं किया आप उसको क्रेडिट नहीं दे सकते. कल को कोई बात होगी, उस पर उंगली उठेगी, उस एक्सपेरिमेंट पर क्रिटिसिज्म होगा, कौन जिम्मेदार होगा? Who will be responsible for that? You, because it was your project, you were registered in that project. You will be asked to explain. Nobody will be asked to explain, but you have mentioned the names of other people. ये गलत तरीका है. आपका नाम होना चाहिए, आपके सुपरवाइज़र का नाम होना चाहिए, जो आपको जिसने मदद की है. मान लीजिए किसी ने आपके पेपर को रिवाइज़ किया है, किसी ने आपके पेपर को पढ़ा है, है ना, आपको सजेशन दिया है, आप उसका नाम दे सकते हैं, नहीं तो आप एक्नॉलेज करिए। एक्नॉलेजमेंट में कहिए कि साहब इन्होंने मेरा पेपर पढ़ा था और इनका पेपर की वजह से मैं उनके लिए आई एम थैंकफुल टू हिम, आई एक्सप्रेस माई सिंसियर ग्रेटिट्यूड टू सो एंड सो फॉर हिज एडवाइस। दैट विल बी एनफ, दैट इज़ गुड एनफ। So this is very important. Authorship, plagiarism, copyright transfer, authorship, ये सारी चीज़ें पब्लिकेशन से जुड़ी हैं। ये बड़ी छोटी छोटी चीज़ें हैं जो कि आदमी इग्नोर करता है या उसको पता नहीं होता, वो जानता नहीं है कि ये सब कैसे करना होता है। फिर इसके गिफ्ट ऑथरशिप के बाद में आता है बहुत सारे जो जो रिसर्च टीम के मेंबर्स होते हैं वो अपने जो जूनियर ऑथर्स होते हैं उनको एक्नॉलेज नहीं करते। ये भी गलत प्रैक्टिस है। इवन इफ योर कंप्यूटर ऑपरेटर हैज़ टाइप्ड योर आर्टिकल, ही शुड बी एक्नॉलेज। मैं हमेशा एक्नॉलेज करता हूँ दैट आई एम थैंकफुल टू मिस्टर सो एंड सो फॉर टाइपिंग दिस मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट, I am thankful to so and so for the technical assistance. I am thankful to so and so for helping me in this analysis or statistical analysis. He or she should be properly acknowledged. This is our moral duty. This falls under the ethics of research. यही ethics है, यही हमारे moral ethics हैं जो कि research में हमको observe करने चाहिए। एक research paper लिखने से पहले go through many research papers, maybe 20, maybe 50 research papers. See how those people have written those papers. It's very difficult to write a paper, and it is further difficult to get it published in a very good journal, I tell you. Therefore, I told you in the beginning that only those who have got a passion for research should come for research, because it is going to lead you to frustration. And one more important thing I would like to tell you. Suppose you submitted a research paper to a very good journal and your paper was rejected. You see, there are journals where the rate of rejection is 80 to 90%. Amongst 100 research papers, the 90 papers were rejected, only the 10 papers were accepted. I serve as an editorial member or as a reviewer for very good journals in my subject of toxicology. And if you just take my record, I can tell you that 5 years before I reviewed this paper and I rejected or accepted. If I rejected, on what grounds I rejected it? And in most of the research papers that I rejected, the language was a problem. The scientific approach was a problem. These were the journal problems. That your title is something else, you are writing something else, you are discussing something else. So that becomes a totally irrelevant. And because of that irrelevancy, that paper was rejected. My own papers were rejected many times. I write them, and I resubmit them to that journal or then another good journal, and then only it was accepted. So never feel guilty of it that your paper has been rejected. Take it like this, that there must be shortcoming, therefore it has been rejected. The reviewer will give the reasons for rejection. He will not say that no, I am not going to publish it. Why you are not going to publish it? You will have give the reason for rejecting it. And the rate of rejection for good journals is always very high. Don't be afraid of it. Right? So take it granted that maybe in the beginning your 1, 2, 3, 4 papers will be rejected, but never feel guilty of it. Never feel disappointed. Keep on writing, keep on working, keep on improving, and a day will come, the line you will write, it will be accepted. The line you write, the editors will recognize your work, they will know you personally, or they will know your work, they will go through your work, and any line that you will write will be accepted for publication. I guarantee it. But don't get disappointed. Don't get disappointed. Disappointment should not be in the dictionary of a scientist. Then there are some people who are crazy for publication because of self-promotion. आजकल आपने देखा होगा जो असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर है उसको एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर बनाया जाता है, एपीआई स्कोर होता है, और एपीआई स्कोर में ये पूछा जाता है आपने कौन सा पेपर छापा, आपने क्या किया, आपने क्या नहीं किया। आप उसमें उल्टा सीधा, कोई देखने वाला तो होता नहीं है, कोई जर्नल है नहीं छपना, 1 साल छपा बंद हो गया, 2 साल छपा बंद हो गया, या आप ही के लिए छपा, आपका पेपर छापा और उसके बाद में बंद हो गया, आपसे पैसे ले लिए पूरा इशू छापने के। बाप रे बाप, what type of things they are. So the self promotion of team members, है ना, वो टीम मेंबर्स आपके सेल्फ प्रमोशन के लिए ये काम करेंगे. They will not be doing it for the sake of science, whereas writing a report is for the sake of science, for the development of science, for the evolution of the subject, for the progress of the subject. नो, पहले तो ऐसे ही होता था. पहले जब हम लोग रीडर प्रोफेसर बने तो ये सब एपीआई और ये सब कुछ नहीं था. हमको क्या मालूम था कि हमारा पेपर उसका इतना साइटेशन होगा. देयर वॉज नो कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ एच इंडेक्स, देयर वॉज नो कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ साइटेशन. नाउ आई नो दैट दैट पेपर आई रोट 30 years or 40 years back was cited by so many people, 200 people or 300 people, and it has added to my H index substantially. At that time you were not knowing it. So when you publish it or when you perform the experiment, you do not know that it is going to give you a Nobel Prize. I met in 72 the person who got Nobel Prize for working on lysosomes, Professor D. Dew. And we used to sit together, have coffee together. I never knew it that a day will come when D. Dew will get a Nobel Prize. I think he himself was not knowing it that he will get a Nobel Prize. So you work not for prize, you work for the sake of science, and work for the sake of science. Then the next thing is, if you are a senior member of the team, never treat your junior team members in a feudal way. Always respect. Every team member is to be respected for that particular work. And there is lastly there is one thing, that is the cunningness. You should not express the cunningness. नहीं, ये सब साइंटिस्ट के गुण नहीं है. साइंटिस्ट का गुण क्या है? साइंटिस्ट शुड बी ऑनेस्ट, साइंटिस्ट शुड बी रेगुलर, साइंटिस्ट शुड बी डिसिप्लिन्ड, साइंटिस्ट शुड बी वेल रेड. आप if you work in laboratory for 8 hours, you should study at home for at least 4 hours per day. At least 4 hours per day. Make it a habit that on that particular subject on which you are working, or another related subject, you should be well read, you should be well informed, you should know that who has done this work, or whether somebody has published on those lines in the last month. आप मुझसे पूछ सकते हैं. If I am working on nanotoxicology of cadmium, I can tell you that wonderful paper came from that laboratory during April 2020. That should be the spirit. That should be the spirit, that you are well informed, you know who is doing what is being done in his lab, right? Then only you are supposed to get the ideas. When you will read the research of other people, you will get the ideas. You will take those ideas. You will implement those ideas. You see, research is like a chain. When you perform an experiment, that experiment leads you to another experiment. That experiment leads you to the third experiment, and that chain continues. That chain never ends, because science is always under the process of evolution. ये तो इवॉल्व करती रहेगी. It will not stop. In my own field, the toxicology that I did 40 years back is bygone. The toxicology I did 20 years back is a bygone issue. The toxicology that we are practicing today is something interesting, and tomorrow it will be again different. So you are to keep pace with the evolution of your research field. It is moving very fast. It will not stop. Research does not wait. इट विल नो. आप ये सोचें कि मैं ये पेपर अभी नहीं लिखता, अभी 6 महीने बाद लिखूंगा, इस 6 महीने में तो कोई दूसरा छाप के ले जाएगा, आप रह जाएंगे. या आप ये सोचें ये एक्सपेरिमेंट में मेरे दिमाग में है, इसको अभी करते हैं, इतने में आप सोच रहे हैं, वन फाइन मॉर्निंग यू विल फाइंड that पेपर हैज़ बीन, और दैट आइडिया हैज़ बीन टेकन अप बाय समबडी एल्स, and that was published by somebody else, you are left behind. So you are to be very cautious about it. You are to work very hard. The next thing that I would like to summarize this issue of ethics in science is that there should be, in your institution, there should be something like ORI, that is Office of the Research Integrity. Office of the Research Integrity, that office will monitor the integrity of its research scientists. There should be something like COPE, COPE, Committee for Publication Ethics. Research institutions follow this. That whenever you have written a research paper, that paper goes to the director of the institute, and director gives the permission. In university, it is not like this. Vice Chancellor never gives such permissions. But in institutes, you cannot publish anything without the permission of the director. But I will suggest that all universities should have ORI. All universities should have this mechanism of COPE, and there should be some monitoring of the research and the research publications which are being done in a particular institute or in a particular university. So friends, there are many issues that we discussed right from the beginning, then how you are going to start, how you are going to take up, and what are the other problems. So in these two presentations, I think I have given you an insight of the problem that you are going to face. So if you will be careful, then you will not be facing these problems. I hope many of you will follow my suggestions, will follow my advice, and if you will do that, it will be very much rewarding to you. It will be very much helpful to you in your research pursuits. I wish you all good luck in your research endeavor, and I hope that you will be growing up as a very good scientist, and you will be contributing to science. You will be contributing to science, and in that way you will be contributing to the society. Right? When you do some science, it has a bearing for society. So that will be a great contribution of yours to the society. Keep it up, be cheerful, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.